Okay, here we go with installment number 2. So let's see how this plays out. Oh, yes. Okay. Little things make a big difference. Again, we look at Barb's movement there. She protects her ally. There it is. This, for a lot of people, they don't see what's going on here, but when you're in Amy's position trying to strike a ball and you have someone, and you can see Barb's movement up here. Look how she's pushing off her right foot and creating this movement. And players will pick up on this when they're trying to hit that ball, and it's enough of a distraction where it produces some errors. So in fact, a lot of the points that you win, you don't even have to hit the ball just because of that fear factor, or that producing a nervous habit in someone trying to hit a ball with someone at the net that's just moving all over the place. So let's move on to the next point here. Perfect. Love that. This is a very similar situation as to what we saw on the first installment here. And what happens is, after the return of serve, watch what Amy does with this ball. And again, this is one of these subtle things here in the game. And from Kim's position, when you have Barb up there, is looking to be more aggressive. And Amy's seen the way Barb has been moving. So, during the course of a match, someone will adjust their ground strokes to get them further away from that net person. So, Kim, you as the baseliner, once you understand that, you can reposition yourself a little bit more to your right and be a little bit more prepared for those wide angles. But what's important here on this point is, once you've been pulled out of position on a low ball, look how Amy immediately recognized that. Just like we said, if you push someone back, if you move them laterally where they're stretched, those are prime opportunities to move up into the court. And so Kim definitely being on the defense, what we need to be doing is, let's look at her partner, who's doing a great job of watching her partner, but can do a better job of moving into that gap that's been left open. Amy's pulled Kim off her side of the court. Nobody's in the middle of the court. Andrea understands this and says, I'm getting my racket on this ball because this is a freebie right through the middle. And she didn't even hit it cleanly, but it doesn't need to be hit cleanly because when there's that much open space. So again, when you're that non-hitting partner, in this case it's Barb, just, did a good job of watching. But when you're watching, you're also evaluating, and that means get into that center of the court to help your partner out. Okay, let's move on to the next point here. Okay, good point. Okay, now here's a situation very similar to before, where Barb's looking for the ball. I love that move. And in this case, she tried to hit back across her body. And in retrospect, I think as you're looking at this video, everybody, you can see if you're in Barb's position, if you just go up the middle, it's a done deal. By hitting across your body back behind you, Kim fortunately is able to pick up on that and is hustling over there. And if Amy hits this ball any harder than she did, the point's over. Fortunately for Kim and Barb, she doesn't get her best hit on it, which gives her time. And what I liked is how Kim moved up and took this ball early right here. Thank you very much. All right, so I think at this point, okay, we can see where Andrea is. And I'm sure Andrea is thinking right now, well, maybe she's going to be lobbing here. Kim's moved up pretty far into the court, and the further someone moves up into the court, for me, they're less likely to lob. People lob more when the court's longer. So what Kim is looking at here is Andrea's back behind her service line so she can go to her feet. She can roll that ball at an angle. She's got her And all she does is really send a fundamental deep cross court. And by Andrea just backing up into the toilet, that's a tough volley from down there. All right, let's move forward for one more point on this sequence. Good finish. All right. This is something that when a log goes up, okay, so let's watch this log go up. Boom. Okay, lob's hit. And Amy's looking at hitting this ball. Kim is thinking along the lines, boy, this looks like a pretty good lob. I better run behind Amy and cover her on this shot. And this is where evaluating the situation at this point, from Kim's position, you want to recognize that pretty much Amy's committed to this shot. She's all lined up to hit it. You know, it looks like a swinging volley, not an overhead, but still she's committed to hit it. At which point here, Kim, you could hold your position. And what happens is you're still got carried into the middle of the court a little bit. Okay, but the point still ends up okay because Amy got it into the middle. She pops it up, and so at this point, this would be a real good move for you. Also to just move up because there's no assuming that Amy's going to hit a winner on this because Amy can see where to go with it. I mean, this court's been wide open off to Andrea's right and hits a really good short angle winner on that one. But this goes back to the beginning of the point here that it's funny playing it backwards like that. That the sooner you can recognize, Kim, that your partner's got it, the more time that gives you to move up into that court and play better offense from that position. But when you're when you don't recognize it correctly, and you're thinking, I got to help your partner, this is where obviously you can end up with two people on the same side of the court. Okay? Actually, I have another installment coming up here. So, good stuff, you guys. Thanks.